Hey guys, so today we're going to cover how to actually uncover the true information or the true pain behind why a prospect is making a certain decision, and then how to offer yourself as the resolution of that. So let's jump right into it. The first thing you have to understand is that people are more likely to move away from pain than they are to move towards pleasure. So it's much more powerful to identify what is currently and presently bucking someone than to pitch the idea of something that's more nice to have. But people tend to hide that deepest information from you. They hide the true pain or the true motivating factor behind why they need a certain service. And you need to understand the true pain in order to properly offer a solution that they are likely to accept and that aligns with their actual problems. So when you ask them a question like, why are you looking to make this change? A lot of the time, the first answer they give is going to be more like a smokescreen, not the actual answer that you're looking for. And it's just not deep enough. It's not the actual desire. So we need to identify that. For example, if you're a real estate agent and someone's looking to move and they want to move because they want to upsize, or that's what they say at first. Well, why do they need to upsize? Maybe they say they don't have enough room in their current house. Okay, well then why don't they have enough room? Maybe they elaborate and say that they have children and they're afraid that it's not going to be enough room to raise a family, and especially as the children go over. Now that's the true pain, that's the true desire, and you're really getting closer to that real information once you get a response like that. So it's not simply about upsizing or downsizing. There's always another reason behind it. Then after you identify that, you can offer a resolution based around that specific concern. So when someone is describing a problem to you or a certain motivating factor, like the examples I've just given you, you have to say, tell me more about that, or what will that do for you? And then just wait for them to respond. It might take a second for them to digest the question, but just really let it sit in that silence, because that's what's going to provoke a deeper answer from them. Then you want to ask some variation of those questions multiple times, or use other tactics to dive even deeper. So one strategy that we like to use is the like that kind of method, and that'll make the prospect feel obligated to speak even more to fill the emptiness of that environment that arises from that response. So when they're elaborating about their certain desires, their problems that's causing them to make a certain decision, then you can respond simply with if you want them to give a little bit more detail, because it shows you're willing to listen even more. And remember, any moment that feels awkward for you is also going to feel awkward for the prospect. So if you don't feel that silence, then the lead will. And they'll give you that true pain that they're experiencing so you can directly address the issue while you're working with them. Once you've discovered their actual pain points, we actually know how we can help them. These pain points are not just a sleazy sales tactic. Of course, it helps us out and actually aligning ourselves with their actual problems, but they're a way for you to know what the deepest problem is that they're experiencing, so you can really make a difference in the client's life and tailor the solutions around that problem. And that way, they're more likely to accept your offer as well, because it's more appealing to them in their current situation. So press on those pain points. Make it a bit more urgent. Push where it hurts. If they don't solve these problems now, then how is that pain going to continue into the future? And rather than focusing on, well, wouldn't it be nice to have this service? Then focus on something like what the current pain of not having the service looks like and how it's going to continue into the future. Of course, we have a real estate example of the family and how you could focus on the pain of raising children now and how that can progress into the future as they grow older. But I also want to give you another example at least. As a chiropractor, focus on how a person feels with the current issues they're experiencing. How does it affect their family life? How does it affect their self-image or what they believe they can accomplish? So those are the deeper issues that you want to be diving into, like not just back pain or neck pain. Lastly, you want to offer yourself as the resolution to that. So if I can blank in the next blank, will that pose a problem for you? So if you can find a solution like that you can insert into this formula, it works a lot of the time. So if I can find you a spacious dream home in the next 5 months for you and your family to live in, will that pose a problem? Of course not. Of course it's not going to pose a problem. So then you pitch that appointment to actually get them there when you've gotten them to agree with you to that question. Now this was a really important video on finding someone's true pains and offering yourself as the resolution. Definitely make use of these strategies as you work with your leads, as well as the other strategies we will talk about in the coming videos.